Good morning, everybody. This is the professor over here at Tech9 Technologies. I figured I'd make this video since I don't install these mounts on mobiles anymore. I figured I'd make a video showing you how I did it when I did do it, and that'll make it easy for somebody to do it, similar to the way I did it. These are the parts you're going to need. You're going to need a mount master, which is just a Delron plate here that I already drilled the holes in it. This is a 1/2 inch hole. These are 5/16 here. Okay. Then you're going to need a ball mount. This is an old, like a Radio Shack type ball mount here. I found out in the garage to do this with. And then you're going to need a 3/4, but I got a, what is this? This already be on here. This is a 19 millimeter, but it still work for the 3/4 to tighten this nut up under here on this thing here on the plate. Then you got your let me see if I can move this camera a little bit. You got your 5/16 screws, 18 feet of coax with the pigtail ends. This is ground. This is the center. This here is going to connect here, like this in the center. And this is going to connect to one of these screws over here for ground. And you don't need 2 drills. You can use 1 drill. But I got 2 drills here. And this one big drill, I got 1 3/4 inch. Well, no, this is a 2 inch. Yeah, the 2 inch. Yeah, 2 inch hole. That way, this never have a chance to arc. Okay, you'll see once I drill into this here. I'm using this piece of galvanized, well, this is called plate steel. Your car would be a little thicker than this, but it don't make no difference. It ain't gonna be that much thicker. I'm gonna use this as if the roof of the car, okay? And then I got a 5/16 drill bit here in this drill to match these holes here. So when I drill through, it'll match up. Okay, so now oh, I got a Teflon end on there, as you can see. So let's get this stuff here out the way. Move these drills over. Oh, and I got a pencil, because you could either use a pencil to draw these holes out, or you could just use the drill and put it down and center it on the roof. Okay, so now let's get this out the way. The first thing you want to do, since this here is going to be the roof of the car, this is the roof of the car, alright, you put it closest to the back as you can, or put it where it's sitting nice and flat. Now this here is the back of the mount master, so the name go to the back. So you want to put this on the roof of the car like this, and you can do one or two things. Now you could use the drill. Once you get it lined up where you want it lined up straight, you could use the drill to just mark these holes here. Okay, the 5/16 hole here, or you could take a pencil, nice sharp pencil, and put down in there and draw your circles. Me, I like to use the drill, so I'll hold the mount up there on top of the car like this. Alright. Then I take the drill and I keep this down centered so I can get me a little mark like this. Okay, now once I do that, and I say this is on top of the car, the little marks is right here. Now I take me a ruler or something like this, and I go from this mark like this over to this mark. And I do this on the roof. Okay, and I go from here to this little mark down here. Make sure you put it just at the top of it. Now that gives me a center here to drill through. So now, if you don't have a punch, you know, you could always use a little drill in there first to drill your little center hole. But since I'm inside the shop, I'm just gonna punch this. All right. Now, when I get ready to drill this hole here for this, it's gonna go in there. So now, this is what I normally do first. I look at this here and see where that's at. Even though I got that there, I still go here sometime with the punch on top of the car and just hit those holes, those little marks again. Like I say, you don't have to have this punch thing. You could drill your first one through the car and then put a nut in there, put one of the nuts like this here in there into this the hole. You could drill one and put a nut in it and snug it up a little bit, and then line these up straight, and then drill the other holes in with the drill. But right now I'm going to do it this way. So I take this, if I'm still in the camera, I should be. Take this, go like this. Now I'm drilling in the roof of the car. That's one hole. Now when that drill go down through, you don't want to go through the material. That's why you have to have, get you a 2x4 and cut it about 6 inches, 6 or 7 inches long, maybe 8. Pull the top down and slide that 2x4 up in there so the top of the roof of the vehicle will be free from the drill. Drill this one in here. Okay, now we go in this one. Okay, so now this is in the roof of the car. Okay, this is in the roof of the car. So you could do. Oh, I need to get this off of here. Where's my brush at? Hold on. Brush this off here. This is the stuff that would land inside of, not in the car, but on the top of the, the top of the vehicle under there, and you'd get a vacuum or some or a towel and get that out. Now, okay, so we know we go in here with this, right? So you could take, let's say for instance, I got the screws all right there, but since I'm down here in the shop, I could actually just get me 4 of these out of here just to test it. So you put one down through here in the roof of the car like that. Okay, and then you put another one in here. It almost looked like it wanted to line up. Let's see. That one right there don't want to line up, so you look down there and you just take this thing here and put it down in here. And that's going to line up now, as if this was sitting on the roof. Okay, so all of them line up coming through there like that. This is the roof of the car. Okay, now on some vehicles, on a lot of vehicles, when you drill these holes in here, once you drill these holes in here, before you put the plate on, you need to grind this down to the metal. You need to grind this part down to the metal, especially on the back, because you're gonna, you really only have to ground 3 screws, the 2 in the back, and one of these where you're gonna hook the ground end to the coax. All right, that way so it can go to bare metal and get ground. It's got to get ground. Okay, so we know this here is straight now. All right, so now all we do is back these back out. Okay, and I'm just pretending like these screws here is those screws there. I just put these in here just to line it up. Okay, so now, okay, now we go to this center thing here. But now since, let me turn this around a little bit more this way. Okay, I'm going to be using this to drill this out. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna mount these here with these kind of making with devices, because I don't want this spinning around on me when I go to do it. I need this down here real good. I can just put that over there like that. I need this here. Actually, I can do it here and here, and then I'm gonna clamp this down so that this metal here don't slide around when I'm drilling that hole in, the big hole, the 2-inch hole. So I'm gonna tighten this down. Now on the car you ain't gotta do this, because the car ain't gonna move there. You know, you just get up there and drill that hole in there. You ain't gotta do these clamp things. I'm just doing this because I'm doing it in the shop on the table, and I don't want this piece to slide around. So we'll clamp this down like this. Okay. Now, you see my mark in the middle there? Now you could do one or two things. You could take a drill, you know, and just like I take this cordless drill here, and you could put you a little padded hole in the center. You can take and do a little padded hole. I hate these old things here. That's why I use real drills. These old chucks, they don't lock. Look at that. So drill a pilot hole in there like that, and then you come in with this here, with this 2-inch thing here, 2-inch hole saw. Put that dead in the middle. You start it. Okay, now we got that off. Get my screwdriver and get this out of here. Usually this little metal piece here falls down in the car, because the car thing is thicker, so, and then you have to be careful because that sucker be hot. Okay, now we got that hole drilled in there, and this is the way it's going to look on the top of the vehicle. Okay. All right. This is the way this is going to look on top of the vehicle here. Now just pretend that this is the top of the vehicle. See that? That's the way that's going to look. Now if you want to, if you got a file, you can take your file and go around here and smooth off these edges so you don't never get cut up here trying to put this thing in. You know, you do this, you know, once you cut it in the, once you cut it out of the car, then you do this here. You know, with a file. That way you don't have no sharp edges for you to cut yourself on. All right, now, all right, so this is the roof of the car. Now, if you look at this, when you put this mount here now, Okay. And let's say, for instance, you got a screw. Let's just go and put one in here and put one in here. Now you look at this up under the car. You looking, see how far that is away from there? That way, when you put this mount on, this part right here, okay, this is going to go, if you look at the mount master is here, okay, so this screw is going to go on the right hand side of it, all right. You want that screw on the right hand side. Then you put the washer, the lock washer, and the nut. Okay. Now it's already got indents on this one here, so it's going to fall right where it's supposed to fall. And then here I'm just going to snug this up a little bit. Snug that up like that. Okay. See how far that is away from the. I ain't get it quite in the center with this thing here, but still that's far enough away to keep this thing from arcing. Okay. So now, what you do with this stuff here is you on the back end back here, where it label at, where the name at, you take the one with the double nuts. They go in the back. All right. Now remember, this is the top of the vehicle, and you don't put no silicone up under the bottom of this plate. You never do that, because it'll be hell to get off if you have to take it off. Okay, so the washer, one with the washer, go on top here, like this. So you want to put this in there when we find one of the holes here. Put this in like this. Some people like to drill them 3/8 holes in there and then put the 5/16. I don't like that. The mount move around too much. There's too much play in the mount. Let me get the other one here loose. Since that's gone. Nope. Well, it don't make a difference. I ain't put no screw. I ain't put these washers on it yet anyway. I'll show you. These go in the back by the name. I put that one in already, so it don't make a difference. I just get another one of the other ones. Okay. Because you're going to have two screws in the back. Double nuts in the back. So you can put the two ground wires that got to come from the mount and ground down to the car, inside of the front, inside of the car, before it get grounded to the frame. Okay. Now this here, this is the back, so this here want to act a little stupid now, unless I put this on the wrong way here. Hold on. I got to put it on the mount. Oh, got to put it on the mount right. On this thing, I got to make it line up. Hold on. I got to turn this around. Give me a second. Let me just take this off. I put it on here backwards. That's all I did. So now I just got to turn this around like this. Yep, you can line up perfectly that way. Now remember that your washer and this here. So let's do the back two first, which is what I want to do in the beginning anyway. So let's do the back two. Get that there. Now you're doing this on top of the car. The washer there. Put this here in the back. Just get them all the way down in there like that. Okay, now we do the front ones. And they looking like, see the way that, I can see that in there. Now if I go here and I take this 5/16 drill bit, I'm trying to stay in frame here if I can, and go here. That'll make that one fit easy. And make that one fit easy. You're doing this on top of the car. Okay? So now, when we take this here, take a washer, put it over here, and this here goes in easy. So basically, you can screw it down with a socket. I'm just doing it with my hand now because I've got the holes just about perfectly matched up for this. Okay. Take this one off here. Get that off. Just bear with me here. Okay. Let me put this one here. Now remember, you're on top of the car. Alright. Now, on the bottom of this, since this is the back, now you want this on this side, this screw here. So when you have to tilt that antenna up to line it up, it goes like this. You know. Okay, so now we got this. So on the back too, you put a lock washer, and a nut. Okay. Which is this here. Now let's just get what is that, a ½ inch now? Yeah, that look like a ½ inch. So if we was to tighten this up, you tighten it up whole up top like that. Okay. Now this is the back, and this is the front. So now you put a lock washer here and a nut here on the front. Now remember, one of those that I'm just gonna put this here for the heck of it. One of these here go here too, and this is just to show you how it looks up under the bottom. You're supposed to have two nuts at the back, because you're gonna tighten that nut up first to the car, and this gonna be where you hook your ground at, on these two here, in between here, going down to the car. All right, and then you use one of these other ones for ground for the coax. Okay, now the coax comes on here. All right, you got the center here. Okay, which will, let me get a screwdriver here. Take this out. Let's see, that's far enough away where it'll never arc. Okay, so we take this, leave the lock washer on the outside. You put this here. It's gonna be up in the car, and I left this wound up because I ain't wanna take it all loose. I can try to do it with my hand. Put this here. Get that started. This gonna go in the center. Now you don't tighten this up all the way here. You just get it started. And leave that loose. Now you take the ground. Okay. This ground. It could go anywhere. It could go on this one. It could go on this one. It don't make a difference. So now we take this off. When we take this, it's really supposed to be another washer for this, for the ground. So let me get one. That way it'll be in there with it. Okay. This goes here with that sanded off for ground. Then the washer go on top of here to hold that. Then the lock washer go there. And this here screws on here and hold this ground, which is grounded to the car. Now the other two grounds will come off from here and go down to the, to the inside of your vehicle, and then from there down to the frame. All right, and this is the way this is supposed to look. You go to coax here. Now once you get this here where you want it, then you tighten this up. Get this how you want it set. This is a centerpiece. You tighten this up. Just snug it up there like that. Make sure it's tight, because this is where all the fire come through here. Okay, make sure this is tight. I got a Phillips screw in there, so you could take a little short Phillips screwdriver, one of them little short ones, and put it in there and tighten it, because you might not be able to get no long one in there like this. Okay, so this here will be looking like this up under the car. This will be going to the back with the 2 grounds. It's going to be grounded here, and this here going to be tight. And it'll look like this on the vehicle. Now, once you get this set up like this, and you got all of these tight, okay, I try to center these here to make them look, you know, nice, because they're really bigger. You get yourself some silicone, okay, and you go around the edge of this thing with the silicone, nice and smooth. Use clear. I like to use clear silicone, okay. Use clear silicone, go around here like this with a small little bead of it. Then you come back around with gloves on, and you even it just like this. Just go around with your finger and even it like that. That's it, and that's all you do for that. Now, if you want to, you can put a little dab on top of the screws if you want to. But if you do that, you want to put it up there, you want to swirl it around and make it neat where it cover the whole screw. Don't put no big glob. You know, you just swirl. You'll never put none under here. You don't have to. That's never going to leak. Never. That thing is down. When you tighten it up, it goes into the Delron, and it'll never leak. Now, this way your antenna screw in, and I just got a screw in here. You know, this is a 3/8 24 thread tap screw that go down in this hole. This hole is a 3/8 24 thread. That's the tap for this. This, you adjust this with an Allen wrench to, you know, some of them got a nut, this one got an Allen wrench, and it go back and forth. Now, you could also buy a quick disconnect that screw into here, and then you screw the quick disconnect on the bottom of your antenna. That way you got a big nut, and you never have to take this out of this hole. It stays in, you know, it stay in there. I don't have now here for a sample because I don't have a quick disconnect, but you know, this is the way it's done right here. This is the proper way. This is the top of this is the roof of the car. This is the Delron mount, which I call the Mount Master. Okay, these are 5/16 screws. This is the coax. This is how it mounts up here. This is ground, and this is the height. You know, it ain't gonna be bending all up like that. I got it rolled up like that, but and then you take your coax and you run it down from the car down where it don't get pinched or nothing, and it's 18 feet. So wherever you got your amplifier there, if they're gonna be close to the back of the car, you know they're not gonna be 18 feet away from this. You do not curl this coax up like this. You put it in big loops and bring it back around to your amplifier or to the back of your bird meter line section or whatever. But there it is right there in a nutshell, man. That's how easy it is to make this mount. You get you one of these 2-inch drill hole saw things here, and do exactly what you see me do on this video, and it'll come out just like this. Like I said, this is the roof of the car. The roof of the car is a little thicker than this. On these new cars, it ain't even that thick no more. It's so flimsy. And then there it is, man. This is how you put the mount on top of your vehicle. Make sure you center the mount. Don't put it all cockeyed off to the side. And if you got them ridges in the middle of your mount, in the middle of the top of your vehicle, you ain't gonna get this dead in the center. You have to put it off to the side. But you want to always try to look down the car, and this thing here, I might have to play with this a little bit more to get this here. I might have to round that off just a little bit more to get it in here. But it be acting like it don't want to go. There you go. Okay, so now let me just snug this up a little bit. Now take this off. Then I'm gonna put this here is gonna go back with this, because you're gonna need this to hold this big ring down over this ground nut over here. And remember, only 2 of them had the ground in the back. You ground this in the front. You don't put it on the same ground back here. You put this on the front, and make sure this is grind down to the metal. See, this here is already metal, so, but that's the way it's going to look like that on top of the vehicle. This is the top of the car. This is where the antenna, way up there, this is where the antenna going to sit. So pretend like this is the antenna. It's going to sit up here, and you can adjust it by loosening this up. And this, you know, some balls have teeth in it, some don't. You know, now the quick disconnect balls, the stainless steel and the brass, they don't have no teeth. They just slide, and you use it, lock it in with this big Allen key here. But that makes it, this makes it so you can set your antenna up straight on the vehicle. You don't want it leaning back or leaning forward. But there it is right there. The antenna mount 101 right there by Tech9 Technologies. And there it is, y'all. That's how it go on. This is the top of the car. And put your silicone around here, smooth it out. Put you a little on this here, and that's it. You never put none around here. Don't go around here with no silicone. This never leaks. Never. On none of the mounts. I see people, they put silicone and it looks so bad. But this is the way it's done. Alright, this is the professor over here, y'all. I gotta go. Catch you later. Bye.